She's joining me now for her first exclusive national interview. Ms. Hoban, thank you for doing this, and I am so sorry to be meeting you under these circumstances. I'm also very sorry that you've been denied this ability, this right to have your say in court. Can I ask you, how have you responded to the judge? Have you been able to respond to the judge about the decision to limit you?
Well, thank you, Ashleigh. I appreciate you having me on. The judge hasn't really responded other than to say that I am not eligible to give a victim's statement. What I did get was a note from the prosecutor's office, and they said that they were going to file something on my behalf and then talk to the judge because it didn't seem that he was clear on who I was. And then as I kind of talked to the prosecutor's office, he said that they were not allowing aunts, uncles, grandparents. And so I went back and read it myself. And I basically, I'm in the same position that Kay Woodcock is in. She has been able to offer a statement because she is speaking as the victim's advocate for Charles, who's deceased. And for me, I also am in that position. If I can't speak as her aunt, I would like to be able to speak as my sister's advocate. And it seems like that's not being done right now. We're a little bit, it's coming up soon, and I'm not getting really positive feedback from the prosecutor. He hasn't talked to the judge. They haven't filed anything on my behalf. And so, you know, I don't want to wait until the last minute and not be able to face Lori. One of the things that has been so disturbing about everything is that Lori really hasn't had to face anybody in our family. There was a very short testimony given by my niece, Samantha. And other than that, she hasn't had to have anybody face her from our family. So this is extremely important to me. I lost my sister last month, and one of the things that I told her was that I would follow this through to the end. You don't understand me, but anyway, so I'm in the position where I'm not going to just walk away and give up. It's going to be, you know, something I'm going to have to work through with them. I'm not getting really positive feedback from them right now, and that's what's so disturbing.
I am so sorry to hear this story, because I have covered so many trials where friends of victims have been allowed to give an impact statement, let alone, you know, immediate family members. And I would consider you as an immediate family member, even as an aunt, and certainly as an advocate for her mom, you know, who passed, which has also compounded your sadness, I'm sure, as well. And I'm sorry for that. Can I ask you if Tammy ever said anything to your sister, her mother, or you about Chad's behavior as Lori Vallow entered the picture secretly?
No, I would have to say no, that wasn't discussed. It wasn't, as far as we knew, they were happily married, as far as I knew. I truly think that Chad had led a double life. And, you know, when somebody is that able to do that, he was very good at it, apparently. And nobody that I know of in our family, including Tammy, knew about any of what was actually happening.
So, you know, leading up into the trial, there were lots of details we did not know. And during the trial, there were very uncomfortable details that came to light. And I know that Chad and Tammy's kids had supported Chad up until the trial. Has that changed? Is there a dynamic that's shifting after some of those really lurid details about Chad and Lori's illicit affair and plans to, you know, deal with the wife situation, all of those awful details. Did that have an effect on their kids?
You know what? There's the one thing that I do know is that there's limited contact there. There is. I don't have contact with them. I don't know to the extent to what my sister had. She was in hospice during that period of time, and since has passed, as you know. And my brother-in-law may have some contact with them, but it just right now we're in mourning. He's definitely still in mourning, and it just hasn't been an appropriate time for us to kind of unpack that type of information or discuss that type of information. It's too close to the passing of Phyllis.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.